Margaret. Sam says she was broken-hearted. She was broken-hearted. She couldn't accept something that had happened. She just couldn't accept it. When did she pass over, Sam? When did she leave her physical? Nine in the July. In the July.
In the July. And was it natural? Did she pass over naturally?
Why did she pass, Sam? She became reclusive. She went in with herself, and she could not come to terms with a death. And I feel, the only way I can describe it, it might feel as if I was just like broken in feeling. I just feel as if she just shriveled away. She didn't want to know.
After some research, we discovered that Derek may have been describing the tragic demise of Margaret Radcliffe, a maid of honour to Elizabeth I. She starved herself to death in November 1599, unable to get over the loss of her twin brother, Alexander, 3 months earlier. Many believe that Margaret is the White Lady, but as our investigation continued, we started to suspect she wasn't the only spirit roaming this ancient building.
We have the remains of a young child. I'm shitting my pants down.
As our investigation in Salford gathers pace, I suggested that we go to the Star Chamber. One of the more disturbing rooms here at Ordsall Hall, it is characterised by the frequent sound of footsteps and the pungent odour of rotting flesh.
It's a lot cooler in here.
Yes, absolutely, yes. Now, this is going to seem absolutely strange. We come in and here's a bed and what have you. But whilst just coming into this energy here now at the moment, on the residual energy again, it was, as we walked through that doorway, what come past me was a lot of very small children. Children rushing past me or my energies, past yourselves. And I feel the lovely lady comes in here as well. The lovely lady I've been talking about.
Up the walks, the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel whether this belongs to her or not, I wouldn't know at this point, but I feel her energy comes in here. Without a doubt. The energies of the name Sir John comes here. He comes here.
Does Sir John reside here?
Oh, there's a lady now.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's, in her presence, her energy, she's not so, she's rather abruptive manner. I can't pronounce that. I don't know even if it's a name. It sounds like Viv Anna. Viv Anna. Margaret and Vivanna. It's like as if these two ladies see each other in their spirit bodies and pass each other, and they're not in any kind of communication with each other.
Okay.
She is a Radcliffe. There was a lot of... What? There was a lot of things going on. The child, in her era. The child, yes, okay. In Vivanna's time, she'd be aware of something to do with a secrecy, a cover-up, something to do, oh, bless, of a child being taken and the child hurt, and then the child, take it off me, and the child being slain here.
It seems that the Radcliffe's family's presence here for over 3 centuries has certainly left its mark. With so many spirits apparently residing here, all of the most haunted crew were starting to feel quite uneasy, and as we prepared our cameras for night vision filming, we decided to visit a room which has had very few paranormal incidents. But it didn't take Derek long before he was able to reveal some shocking new insights into the history of Ordsall Hall.
Right, okay. Just as we've entered the energies of this room, I just feel as if I want to cry. I'm not going to physically cry, but I feel that way because what seemed to be replaying back to me here from the energies is of a crying and a screeching and a screaming of a young child, a boy child, who was, I just feel, got hold of, taken, dragged, and virtually almost to be knocked, I feel, unconscious. And it's disgusting. It's horrible. And I just feel, can I just walk over to these energies here? Oh, God. God. I just feel as if I've got this hopelessness. And as I say that, I feel as if I'm looking above, and then I'm looking down. And I feel as if something wants to, not physically take my legs, but make me aware that, quite openly, I'll tell you what I experienced. I experienced a taking off from this area, like a decapitation. And right here, I feel as if we have conditions below of the remains of a young child.
What's the name of the young child?
I'll ask now about this one. Okay. Can you give me, please, Sam, please, it's most important, bless. Inquire if you don't know yourself. Now, Sam, as I'm asking this, he's just given me something, and he just 17, very clearly, 1704, 1704.
When the boy died?
I feel it must be a connection with this boy. Oh, the master covered up the slaying of this boy from the person who was either a servant, something serving the master. Who is the master, please? Who is it? Can you give me both names? John? Is it Scott? Stock. John Stock was the master. And, it's just coming up here from me here, on my legs. That boy's remains is underneath here. I feel this child, the spirit of this child moves about on a regular basis.
What's the name of the child?
James.
James.
Can you give me, please? Oldroyd.
James Oldroyd.
James Oldroyd. Same name as his father.
What's his age when he died?
I feel that this little one wouldn't have been any more than 5 or 6.
Okay.
His life was taken from him. It was barbaric the way this was done. Oh, why am I smelling that? It is also, there's a connection with this, because I can, in this residual energy coming out, because I'm involving myself in it, I feel as if I'm getting bales. This will sound crazy, but I'm getting bales and bales of cotton. Now, they don't belong here, but for some reason I just seem to be housed. And there's cotton all around me here.
Right.
Cotton, bales, and the smell of cotton. And this little boy would have been around those conditions.
Can I ask you something specific about the ground?
Yes.
I don't know how clear you get the energy from the ground, but could you kind of walk around the edge of it? I mean, you say it's around here somewhere, but is there any way you could...
Okay, just if I can walk back into it, because once you get round close to it, the energy stops there. Stops also there. It's centred here.
Okay.
Centred here. The strongest at that level here.
Okay.
Do you know who killed him?
A man with the hook. The man with the hook. Show me the hand, and the hook is with the bales. He did it to him. And that's how he did it. That's how he took his arm. Oh, God. I can get his energy.